So let us see how we can use the Screaming Frog tool to crawl a website. We'll open Google and I will search for a website. Say I have searched this website for you. It contains everything we need to understand. Let's search crawl this website. So there is one traditional way of checking title, description and heading for the website. What we can do is we can click anywhere on the website, right click on it. We can view page source and here we have the source code of the website. Now we are looking for title. Remember, title tag we can find just on the top of the page here. It has an opening tag and it has an ending tag. Between these tags, we have the title for our web page. Similarly, we can also see meta description, but it is quite difficult to find this. So we can use the shortcut keys Control F and we can type description in that. So you can see here we have our meta description and we have the content in it. So here is the meta description of this web page. Similarly, we can also see the heading tags also. For example, H1 and H2. We have learned earlier that we are only concerned about H1 and H2. So let's find where is the H1 tag in this web page. So we can see the H1 tag over here and it is the link, the title is there, there is a picture and H1 opening and closing tag. We can see there are 4 results. So if we move on to the next part, we can see here most popular assets. This is the H1 tag. Similarly, we can use H2. Now H2 is not as the mentioned in the tag we can see. So we can see that H2 is not used in this website. So we have to optimize this only. Now this is what we are doing manually. We can do all this and critically more stuff by using Screaming Frog. So what we'll do is we'll copy the address of this website like this. Okay, we'll open Screaming Frog and we'll enter the URL to scan. So for Screaming Frog to scan this. Let us wait for this to open first. Yeah, it's open. So here you can see there's a block on the top of this software with an empty space. We can paste our URL and we can start. Now there is one thing you need to know about Screaming Frog. It has 2 versions. One is free and the other one is paid. Paid definitely has more features than the free one, and the free one is limited to scanning 5 sub URLs of a website. See, here is the website and we have different links for a website. A website is composed of many links. So this scans up to 500 or maybe thousands in the free trial also. So we can see it is scanning. Now what we have to do is, first of all, we can just filter it out for HTML content. We need only HTML pages, not WordPress, CSS or image pages. Okay, see it is prompting. The free version is limited to crawling only 500 URLs. And we are mostly concerned with the HTML page URL, which are definitely not more than 500 in our case. For example, we had our website over here. There are other websites or sub websites which we can crawl, but we will mainly focus on the main website over here. When you click on this website, the Screaming Frog software will automatically generate a table with the relevant details for this URL we have clicked. We can see this table over here. Now before analyzing this table, we can see like when we clicked on this HTML tab, we have a particular pie chart or a circular graph as shown, which consists of all the type of pages this website has. Now we can use this tool very uniquely and precisely to study each and every aspect of a website. For example, if we'll click H1, if we'll choose H1, all the H1 graph will appear here. We have chosen HTML, all the HTML graph has appeared here. Similarly, we can also learn that which content is duplicate or not, which tags and keywords are duplicate or not. So I will request you to please explore this on your own. So we were now looking towards the title, description and heading tag. This is the general basic table which we can crawl and which is very easy to obtain, as you can see. Now as SEOs, we have to submit a website audit to our clients. This table is the most important table by which we can do so, because you can see we have the address for our website. Okay, now status code it is 200. Now there is, unique thing about status code is you don't need to go into some complexity, but it is just like a response code for a website. For example, a particular code number is assigned to a website or a particular address which provides a certain value to the browser, that is the web page active or not, or what is the problem going on with the web page. 200, the code is for alright or okay, that website URL is working fine. So there's nothing you need to know about more. Let's see. Here it says title 1. So remember we were clicking on page source and then finding the title tag to see the title. This tool automatically crawls the title and sends it us. Now the most important thing about title should be between 55 to 60 characters for an optimized title, and promptly stuffed, not we can say stuffed, but precisely used with keywords. So you can take the title away from here. It also calculates the length for us. So it has a 74 characters, which means that it is usually larger. That means it is not optimized. So we can change this accordingly. Similarly, it also gives us meta description over here and its length. Now we learned that the average length for this was 150 to 155 or 60 characters. So we can see that it satisfies the character length, but you need to do keyword research to check it is optimized or not. Okay. Similarly, we have H1 and H2. H1 tag, we have this. Okay, like we found out in the first search of our views page course. Second is H2, most popular if you remember. We also have lens, and you can see and optimize this. We have word count. Okay, internal links and outlinks. So what is basically required for your site audit, you can keep this. For example, if you will click export option now, it will export an Excel sheet of the same thing which you want to do. For example, let's say I want to export it to desktop, naming the same as URL details, and we'll save this. Okay, now when we'll go to the desktop part, it is saved right here. If we'll open this Excel file, we have this all on our Excel records. Now what I personally do every time when I'm doing a site audit is I edit this Excel sheet only. For example, I will create a new column which says review. Okay, and I'll review my thing. All right, like for the title, I will review that yes, it is less optimized with keywords, or it is more characters we can enter here, like it is more characters than required. All right, so like this I fill each and every column, and which row I don't feel like including in an audit, I simply did that. So this is where you can create a website audit tool and generate a report for this. Remember what I told you about this graph, how useful it can be. So we'll see, like if we click on meta description over here, right, we can see in this graph, now it's not specifically to a particular URL, but to the whole website. Okay, we can see in this graph that 120 pages of this website miss the description part. 30 pages have duplicate meta description. Okay, and more than 25 web pages of this website have meta description character length below 70. So there is a particular graph analyzed for us about meta description. We can learn from this. Similarly, if you go to H1, you can see that almost 30% of the website's H1 tags are duplicate or multiple, which is very bad for optimizing. It may give rise to a penalty, so we have to remove that. Similarly, we can do for H2, like H2 is missing, like we have seen in the first audit of our website, it did not have any H2 tags, so we have to add them. So you are learning that what things the website is missing or is doing wrong, we can correct it to remove the penalty if it has, or to optimize it even in a more better way. Similarly, we can check page titles also, and most of the titles are over 60 characters, which is bad for this website. So, in the next video, we'll explore more in this topic.